to finish this off. I'm also a poet, in case you didn't. No, I'm not going to say that.
We do that.
Panic always talks about some serious stuff, and so I think our first poem I will talk about something serious. I can find it. This was the idea comes from someone named Elijah Pryor, who taught poetry workshops. I actually wasn't in a workshop, but I heard what the assignment was, and I did my own version of it. The assignment was to write about lynching from the point of view of the tree. This poem is called Tree of Death. The gravity of inhumanity rests upon my shoulders, sapping my life's blood, trickling painstakingly. The depravity and finality weigh on me like boulders. My limbs tremor as one being accused mistakenly. Bitter winds bite into my bark, whimpering hollow. Ropes strung across arteries dig into my branches, entrenching themselves in throats which cannot swallow. Breath becomes shallow, guilty, no second chances. A ghastly, irregular pendulum swings lifelessly, dangling amidst the conflagration of crosses. Flames have been snuffed out mercilessly. Hanging for all to see are countless losses. I can't bear these crosses anymore. The burden is too heavy. I want to become a martyr, throw myself on a pyre, end suffering evermore. My race has betrayed me, such a non-starter. See past and seed fast the future justly. Whisper to other trees not to lend their arms to any form of oppression, to act humanely. Where fire is possessed by ghosts, sound alarms. Shed leaves with the change of seasons. Colors blend seamlessly into others. Brothers and sisters, we don't need reasons. We need each other. This is a sonnet. It's called Labyrinth. A gate of iron bars the passage out. The path to freedom lies within the mind. If only we could see beyond the doubt that locks away and keeps confined. Alone inside the maze, a hero sleeps. The Minotaur approaches stealthily. Afraid to face the light of day, he creeps behind the walls and shadows we can't see. Illumination rears its head at dawn, awake with sword in hand to slay the night. The evil within flees, its horns withdrawn, unable to confront a force so bright. The key is turned, the nightmare now vanquished. A torch is lit, never to be extinguished. And here's my Groundhog Day poem. It's called Punxsutawney. Throughout the barren winter, I stared vacantly through the cloudy bus window at life and other passers-by. Always a dim, vague image of myself reflected back at me, holding my existence captive. Unwilling to face both inner and outer world, to see through the pain framing my existence, I cast the bitter fog, heaving my breath onto the cold interface between the two, obscuring the image projected, the one looking back into me. Then I wrote over it, allowing my fingertips to wander aimlessly across the hazy portal until they numbed. As I withdrew my brush, the warmth spread back into my extremities. Feeling returned, and I began to develop images with much greater clarity and perspective. Self-consciousness melted away into the background while I lost myself in the joy of creation. The new self-portrait was completed on February 1st. The following day, a shadow was not seen. The window retained the frost only a bit longer. The wintry gas didn't adhere to the surface anymore. When spring dawned, I opened up the window to let the breeze in. I breathed in the life-giving air and expanded my palette to encompass the rainbow while eyeing the lavish canvas outside the window, awaiting my touch. And here's my last poem, quick one, it's called Echo. As I pour my words into the funnel of your ear, my hope is that a whisper remains after I've departed, an echo of myself resounding within, growing from a murmur into a mounting drumbeat, percussing a rhythm that reverberates and fills up the chamber of your heart.